put out
travel.
something like some.
I always
board or
get just a
whatever,
little
and,
street artist,
one of
you
our
know,
guys- I thought I only have 2 minute fingers right now.
Yeah,
and their tourist stuff, but
Yeah.
this is what we're
No, I do
cover,
a lot of- I
not just once,
Right now, like,
but
almost all the time,
we
like
have the
Italy or
cover.
whatever.
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Not just once.
I think that's a great way
I don't even know where this is
to
from.
remember a trip without just.
I don't really care.
having
That's
photographs
not
or
ours.
whatever.
It's not ours, so
We don't
I don't
have
care.
flames in
I'm
our
not a
crowd.
huge fan of hanging up photographs. And at that
Someday
time in
we'll
my
have
life now
flames.
that that's
We
what
are
we're
good.
doing, since we have like little
Children,
kids, like
yeah.
everything, the art's going down and the
Art.
photos are going up, but it's not like.
Coogee and Artcraft
It's-
Alley
that's not what
updates
I enjoy.
dumpster
Yeah.
250th.
I've never really had
Reference Salvage Sisters
portraits of
postcard and
photographs on the
Iozo's.
wall. I mean, I always had them.
Anything else?
Well, I don't know if she's showing up though, and you know,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like a place for them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, okay.
just.
Okay, thanks.
My son has photographs everywhere, but.
All right. We're going to call this meeting to order.
Come on, Chico.
We'll start with the roll call. Ken Koski, I'm present. Josh Hendrickson.
Here.
Victoria Radcliffe.
Here.
Chrissy Robertson.
Here.
Dave Windish.
here,
Vicky Noblet.
Here.
Danny Causey.
Here.
Christy Locke, absent. Nick Crisafulli.
here.
All right, we have a quorum. You all had a chance to review the minutes of the December 11th meeting. Are there any questions about those? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve those into the record.
So enter a motion to approve those into the record.
All right, second by Danny. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you.
Can, we need to have a slight switch in the schedule to do new business A first, please, sir.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
first-
yeah.
It's first of the year.
That shouldn't be number
And
6.
then we could go back.
All right, we're going to elect officers. So the first one will entertain nominations for the role of president. Anybody like to make a nomination?
I'll nominate Ken Koski.
Seconded.
All right, any other nominations? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, vice president, any nominations? I will nominate Josh, who I think does an awesome job.
I am shocked.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations, Josh.
Thank you, Ken.
You're quite welcome. We need a secretary. Any nominations?
Who's the current secretary?
Victoria. It's me.
All right, I'll nominate Victoria.
I'll second.
All right, any other nominations? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? What's this?
We need to sign the minutes now that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to let you sign it if you weren't.
Oh, God. Yay.
All right, so under committee reports, I'll let you know what the Community Art Committee has been up to. So the Coogee Alley and Artcraft Alley, we've had issues with the lanterns and the black lights working properly. So the Coogee Alley lanterns, which had been solar powered, will be replaced with hardwired lights. The Artcraft Alley, which had been done with extension cords and then were plugged in, that'll all be hardwired. So I think that should solve the issue and make those just upgraded a little more. There's a dumpster at the intersection of the Veterans Alley and the Artcraft Alley that will have an enclosure, and it'll have the stars that were left over from the Veterans Project placed to help decorate it. So stay tuned for that. And then the Veterans Alley for America's 250th, on the opposite side of the metal vignettes, we plan to put another piece that will be a complimentary piece. We're actually going to talk about that during our committee meeting following this, so we'll report back to you. And then another couple of things that are on the horizon. Salvage Sisters would like to do a postcard mural on the side of their building once their construction is done. And Iozo's is talking about potentially, us and Iozo's are talking about potentially, as that mural fades, maybe updating that either partially with the same concept or doing something new. So did I leave anything out, Dana, or anything else?
No, I think you did a great job.
Anything else anybody wants to add? All right, we'll move to Vice President Josh then.
All right, so for the programming committee, I think banners are our big talking point today. So we've got the 3 recommendations for this year's banners. This will be the first year that we are changing banners that are already hanging, not adding new locations. These are the banners on South Main, North Main, and East and West Court Street. Those are the first round of banners that we had done, I don't know, how many years ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago, and they're the only banners that are smaller than the other ones. So these will be updated to be the same size, same dimensions as before. They're just, the rest of the ones we have done are larger, so these will now be that same size. I guess
Ready
you
to-
got them, do you?
Yep.
Show to everybody.
Well, if they come up. They came up earlier, just fine. Seriously? There we go.
So these would be the banners on South Main Street. Some of these are final designs and some of these are
Yes.
not finished, but examples of what the concept is.
There's 11 of these. She sent us 8. She'll be sending the other 3, but they will be through in this same, the stained glass concept. So that is South Main. This is,
So this is what the committee has landed on? Okay.
Yes.
So we'll just need to adopt it, or we will not even need to adopt it?
Yes,
I
no,
think we
you'll
have to
need to.
approve
Okay,
it, yeah.
okay.
yeah, once we get all. This would be East and West Court Street, and again, there's 14 for those. She sent us 10. She will be sending 4 others that will be in this same vein. Very springy right now, the snow. And then this is Dustin's on North Main. Once they pull up. He sent us 20, we only need 9, so we're going to officially call him an overachiever. But we'll select through, but this will, again, the concept will be, his are more of the abstract variety.
What's that vibe? Mid-century modern or something? Help me out, Pete.
Defer to Dave and Chrissy on that one.
Or just abstract?
Yeah. Go with that.
This one's my favorite, I'm sure you guys know why. It's purple.
Oh, okay.
Anything purple gets my vote.
Oh,
You know
okay.
that.
When I run for whatever office,
Yeah,
I will
see
wear
this
purple.
one? It's an automatic, it's purple. So again, we'll work as a group and narrow down his selections, but,
I kind of like that you brought in the abstract just as one of your selections, just because it's so much different than the others, so.
Something else that was taken into consideration is with these on Main Street, these will be what are hanging up like during ethos and things like that, which I think,
yeah.
bold colors, simple shapes makes sense for.
and then did you want to talk about what we're doing on Jefferson too?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so
Yeah.
it doesn't look
Yeah.
like we have the examples, but Jefferson Street banners will change this year as well for the, is it the 250? Is that, yeah. I mean, actually, Dave probably would be better to speak about it than I am. but,
Banners on Jefferson will change out this year for the 250.
Thank you, Dave.
You're
Said it
welcome.
even better, thank you, Dave.
We'll be discussing final designs tomorrow. The idea being that they are historical images of Franklin and Johnson County with the 250 logo incorporated.
And so
Strategically placed with strategery.
the Jefferson Street artists will come down for 26. They will most likely go back up in 27, but for this year, we'll have the historical banners instead of the local artist. I believe that's pretty much what we've been up to for the programming committee.
ZAP is open. I don't know, Danny, if you want to talk about that real quick, just let them know.
Yeah, Zap is open. For,
Dave, like, work on your shit.
I'm calling the store.
yeah, the application for Ethos Artists is open, and I'm actually in the middle of sending an email link to all of you right now, so you can have it. So we'll be sending out to all of our artist lists.
All right, any questions or comments on all that? All right, let's have a motion then to approve the concepts that the committee approved.
I'll motion to approve as presented.
A second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, good job, committee. That's awesome. Under old business, at the last meeting, it's been a while now, but, you know, the whole point of bringing all the talented people together on this panel is that you should all get to share any ideas that you have. So do you have any ideas for either physical art, any programming, or anything like that that you'd like to share at this time?
Not really an idea, but I just wanted to talk about Parks and Recs, kind of art programming. We just did a really great class called Mocktails and Masterpieces where Chrissy led the class. It was really great. It was fun. I did a little painting too, and it was it was really fun. So that was really great, and we had good participation. It was adults and under 18, so kids. So it was great. We just posted, so Nick has been doing our reoccurring pottery classes. We have a handful of pottery wheels, and by handful I mean like 3 or 4 maybe. Maybe even like 2. They're fairly expensive, but he decided to go ahead and offer that. I think beginning in March. We posted once about it and filled up in a handful of minutes, and have an entire full wait list too. So that was really, really popular. So I'm not quite sure monetarily wise, but I think the goal is to perhaps use profit from that to maybe get and order some more pottery wheels, since this one had really good feedback from it. And he's also offering a wood carving class again, because that one was really popular. It has an adult and a youth class option for that, so that I'll be starting in, I think, the end of February and then through March. And then I think that's it for right now as far as all of our kind of art programming. But I think, like we've always said, Courtney and Nick are both always open to ideas and recommendations and kind of how to change it up.
Just out of curiosity, are the ceramics classes limited by the wheels or by a spatial consideration
By the
as well?
wheels. So how he did it is we did 2 classes. So these ones are 18 plus, whereas the ones by hand, we had a child option too. But these ones are 18 plus. We did 2 sessions. So one is like 5 to 6 and the other one's like 6 to 7, where there's 4 spots in each. So it was really only open to 8 people. Because of only wanting to, fit both classes in the same evening, we could only have 4, so that in the full hour, the 1 hour slot, everybody could get their pieces done or work on them. So really that's the restraint, is making sure everybody is being able to fit in their time on the wheels in those time frames, while also not making everybody else just sit around, you know what I mean, when they're not using it. I think that's mostly the constraint with only having the couple of wheels.
Well, just to keep it in the back of our minds, if space is not a consideration, when we have those moments where we're just like, where are these funds dedicated, we might think about helping Parks and Rec in that direction.
Yeah, it received some great feedback, just from posting it once, so.
How much does a pottery wheel cost?
They can be like $1,000 each. Like a nice
okay.
one. Yeah, they can be expensive.
Well, the goal would be to be able to expand capacity. Any other ideas or thoughts that anybody wants to share? All right.
If not, I want to bring up something that, for you guys to kind of noodle on and think about. As you know, Franklin is a member of the Central Indiana Regional Development Authority, Redevelopment Authority, not Regional Redevelopment Authority, CERTA. And as part of this, Lilly has given statewide $250 million to the regions in total. Statewide total was $250 million. 170 million of that, I believe it was 170, went to blight projects. The remainder is going to be for art projects. They had a webinar yesterday, or Tuesday I was on that. And as we've been talking about, that's going to be a significant amount of money and a significant project. Lilly is wanting to take this art money and do basically something that would be considered a transformational change. They want it to be big. They don't bluntly want to fund a mural, no offense to all of our muralists, but they want to do something that's going to stand out, going to be unique, going to be part of the state's inventory, be part of the creative economy, really something that can help to grow us. So that was the first thing that they strongly emphasized. The second thing that they strongly emphasized on that is that they wanted each one of the regions to come up with an art plan, so a regional art plan, so that we all start thinking about art as a creative economy, as an economic driver, as the importance that it should be. It's quality of life. It is economic development. It's so many things. So as part of those funding, Lilly paid for all of the regions to come together and have create a regional art plan. So this is CERTA. So this is the 9 donut counties and Marion County. So we are part of this. I was on this committee that helped to put this together, this commission, and I did not have anything to do with the final look of this program, but I wanted to make sure that you all saw this because, again, keep in mind, 9 counties, and we all know those counties. Here is the front cover. Oh, look. That's Johnson County's courthouse. That's the farmer's market, Danny. And look down here on the cover, there's Coogee Alley. And Danny, would you like to tell us who this person is?
Yes, Olivia, our new employee.
Yeah, so DDF was well represented. And then if you go on down, I'm going to briefly go through this really fast because I just want to show you a couple of the photos. So sorry if I'm giving you whiplash. But
Oh,
That was the amp.
oh, there it was. Yep, there it was. I went too fast. There's the amp.
I think that's.
There is,
The art craft.
look, the art craft made it.
Oh,
There's a parade in Little Old
Oh,
Franklin.
my, there's the.
Keep going.
Dana, this is just to alert people to what's available. Is that the purpose of the brochure?
No,
Okay.
this is not. I'll get into that. That's a very good question, though, Vicki. I'm glad you set it up for that. There is one more of us.
Go up a little.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it happens to have Olivia again, so she's now our spokesmodel. But so both of our two of our alleys, Veterans Alley honestly wasn't done when they took these photos. I do think a lot of these photos came from Festival Country too, so thank you, Ken, for being able to do that. So when you go through, and I would really like to encourage all of you to take some time and read it. It's lengthy. I have it printed out because I do better printing out and making notes and things. But really what this plan is talking about is how do we move the needle on the creative economy in the region, in our area? How do we bring the fact that art, which encompasses so many things, as you just saw in there, really is a quality of life driver. It really is worth investing in, and there really are benefits. We can point to numerous benefits to what those are doing. The other piece of this is that with the Lilly grant money, we are going to have to tie our project, whatever we choose to do to apply for the Lilly funds, has to meet one of the goals and standards in here. So they are open to physical art, capital projects like the water tower. That is definitely one. I think that they are open to that. We just have to tie it into some specifics on tourism and things like that. So that's where I'll work with Ken and Danny with DDF and Festival Country to kind of help that section of it. They're also willing to do programming. So when we were talking before about the Alvanil creating an artist colony, an artist space, they would invest in something like that. That definitely would fit what they're looking at. They are also, and this is kind of unusual, they're also willing to fund festivals and fund if you're wanting to start a new type of programming. So they're very interested in programming. So one of the things that they will do with that is to bring in funding to help start programming that we can prove is sustainable. All of these projects do have to prove they have a sustainability piece to them, that we can keep this going after the grant funds are done. They've added a few requirements and restrictions in terms of key performance indicators and things. They brought that out on Tuesday that I just kind of have to think about in my head, and I'm gonna need to sit down with Krista and the mayor and Ken and Danny. We're gonna have to kind of put our heads together to figure out how to meet some of those. They kind of were a little bit out of left field, but the entire Ready Fund has been out of left field, so I'm not surprised. But this is definitely an opportunity. As you can see, we're already making a name for ourselves because the consultants in the region, they're looking at us. They're saying, this is a community of 26,000 people, and look what they've done. You know, it's not the performative that they see in Carmel. It's, you know, Fishers and Noblesville have done some really cool things, but this is what's striking to them, is that we were able to do this and make this kind of stuff happen, and we've done it in 4 years. So we've kind of got a challenge in front of us. We've made a name for ourselves. We need to keep going. So we've got to improve our reputation. So what I would like to ask from all of you all, like I said, I will send this link out. It's on the IndianaReady.com website. It's out for the public. You can also see all of the other states. There's 15 regions. There's 15 plans. Please feel free to take a look at all of those, kind of see what they're looking at. The Lilly requirements will be on there next week for the rest of this funding. It's like 160 million or something like that, that there will be statewide. So all of the parameters will be out for that next week. But I would love for you guys to have some time, look through this. This can kind of also help us look at our future planning. If this is where we're going as a region, this is kind of how we can tap into this. Things that we do going forward that fit into this plan have a better chance of getting some state funding from like Indiana Arts Commission, things like that. So it's a really good roadmap. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's kind of the overall piece of this plan is to think of Indianapolis is the center of our wheel, and we're all of the spokes. How do we all connect as spokes? We're all unique. We need to bring our own unique piece, but we also need to connect to the region. So how are we combining as a region in Indiana? So it's a really good plan. I think it's really very interesting. Please take care, read it.
Dana,
Let me know your
would this
thoughts.
be each county would get something, or that's just a decision you have to make? Each county of the central region?
No, it
Okay.
is not going to be that way because this is actually, and you just brought up another point that I forgot to mention. This is, in order to apply for this, you have to be a municipality of some sort or a nonprofit that is working in that area. So Festival Country could, because of the tourism, because they're tapping into the creative economy, they could actually apply them as well. So there is no, we have to do a certain amount in each community or anything like that at all. They could take each community and they may, with Lilly, they ended up dividing it up like $45 million to anywhere between $30 and $45 million to each region. At this point, what they have is statewide, so we're almost competing statewide. But it depends on what they get coming in. There's no guarantee that they wouldn't switch it up to say so much per region. But even if they did that, that's the closest that they would go. So it could still be that we would still be competing within our region for a set amount of dollars. Right now, it is statewide, we're competing statewide for this funding. It
Thank
just
you.
goes, and yeah, it just kind of goes through that.
So when do you have to apply, and do you have in mind what you'd like to apply for at this time? or-
It's, the full application is going to come out next Tuesday, February the 16th. We'll be able to see it all then. It is running through the Indiana Arts Commission and through their grants portal. I am really happy about that because we have done a number of grants with them, and that portal works really well. So I'm pretty positive about that. It's not running through IADC's portal this time, which is a positive. It is due April 16th. We have basically 2 months to come up with this and to meet everything. They were still a little vague on how we have to meet the key performance indicators and what that's specifically gonna look like. So I won't know some of these things until next week, until it comes out. Obviously, I have always been water tower, but I do want to make sure that we're doing and putting our best foot forward. So I do want to hear from you guys. At the end of the day, it is not my decision, it is our decision. It is working with the mayor and coming up with what's the best project for all of us. So whatever we could come up with and present and bring to the mayor and see what we kind of think we would like to do. I'm open, but yeah.
Do they have a timeline on like completion of projects? Okay.
2 years, okay.
But we have 2 months to submit that.
2 months to submit the project. The good thing about it is, if I've understood it right, like with us, we would have to go through an RFP process to get an artist, because we don't have a project that already has that. If somebody has a project sitting on a shelf that already had an artist and already had everything, they could go ahead and submit that. They would have to prove that their RFP process meets the state's RFP process. So that's why we're actually in a good position, because we would just go ahead and follow theirs, which means that we have to put a request for proposals out. You know, we have to do a public notice. We can have a committee do the selection, and then we have to have the public hearing through the city council approving and that kind of thing. So we have time to do that. That's part of all of that.
That's after submitting our proposal. That's
After
not something
submitting,
we
so
have to do beforehand.
so they're going to, hopefully they will let us know by July 1 if we've got the funding, and so then we have 2 years from July 1, and we can start that process on July 1.
Thank you, Dana. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, anything else from anyone? All right, our next meeting here is April 9th. Community Art is going to meet right after this meeting today, and on March 14th. Programming is February 19th at 8 a.m. at Coffee House 5, and March 19th at Main and Madison at 8 a.m. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that we're having our first art show of the year next weekend. There'll be, I think, around 60 artists participating, and I think 20 of them haven't participated in the show before. So I'm happy to try to pass along some of those names to some other projects that we've got going on. But if anybody wants to stop in, we'll have a lot of new art and a lot of artists.
Awesome.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Dave.
Second.
All right, second by Danny. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, thank you all.
Well, see,
Yeah.
do those.